can you write off an overdrawn director's loan account before liquidation? Now, if it's an insolvent liquidation, ultimately the answer is going to be no. And the reason is because it's an asset of the company. And by writing it off before going into liquidation, what the director's doing is they are essentially putting themselves in a favourable position, or a better position than they're really entitled to. They're effectively wiping away an asset of the company by writing it off. The fact that they may declare it on their personal tax return and pay tax on it is completely and utterly irrelevant from the company's point of view. Remember, a company is a separate legal entity from its directors. A company is a separate legal entity, separate legal person from the directors. So the assets of the company are not the assets of the directors, and vice versa. If the director is overdrawn with the company and owes the company money, it's a debtor, an asset of the company. An attempt to wipe it away before liquidation so that you can effectively suggest that there's no assets on the balance sheet is completely and utterly, well, it's just a complete fallacy. It's just nonsense, really, because ultimately what will happen is, even if that was done from an accounting exercise, it would constitute a transaction and undervalue under Section 238 of the Insolvency Act 1986, and the liquidator will have to set it aside as a transaction which can be set aside under Section 238. It's also a breach of directors' duties. Therefore, again, from the point of view of the liquidator, who's got to act in the interests of creditors, Section 212 of the Insolvency Act 1986 will essentially be an action which a liquidator should deploy in those instances to set aside the writing off of the overdrawn director's loan account. So rather than engaging in that sort of activity, the best thing to do is discuss it with the liquidator once the liquidator has been appointed to deal with the overdrawn director's loan account, rather than essentially engaging in accounting activities, which finessing the accounting, creative accounting, whatever you want to call it. Those sorts of ideas do not work. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know Insolvency inside out.